Good morning. Good morning. Today is Thursday, June the 7th, and you are here for layout number 53, page number 1. We are starting a new layout today. Let me welcome you as you come in. As you come in, say hello. You are at Barbara's Stamp Pad, and like I said, we are at scrapbook page layouts. We're starting a new layout today, and I'm going to continue with my masculine themed. I think we still have this week, and then we have next week, and for Father's Day layout. So I think you'll have plenty of time to have your Father's Day layout completed. That way you can just pop some pictures on there, throw it in the scrapbook, make sure it's on the coffee table, and enjoy them. So welcome. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I bring you pre-recorded videos, typically on Wednesdays, but for some reason this week, my week is like completely off a day, and I didn't realize today was Wednesday. And I know there's probably a few of you out there that are kind of off a day too, so I'm not feeling alone. But anyway, we are going to start a new layout today, and I'm here to inspire you and give you some ideas for some scrapbook page layouts, also to show you what you can do with your Stampin' Up products, because I only exclusively show Stampin' Up products. And while we don't have like a big scrapbooking line of products, there are ways to still be able to do your scrapbooking with all of the products that we have. And that's what I'm here. I'm here to show you what you can do with those products and some little tips and tricks and things like that. So if you are looking for a masculine layout, we're going to start a page 1 today. And then next week, I will wrap it up with page 2. For those of you that might not be aware, there is a monthly, well, this is the class special from the 1st through the 15th. So we still have 8 more days for this class special. And for those of you that haven't seen this designer series paper, it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous in person. It's on sale because we have a designer series paper sale. So make sure that you go check out the event description for all of the links. And by the way, this demonstration is pre-recorded. I know I said it earlier, just want to remind you, it appears as though I'm live, but it's like a premiere. But this is the class kit. These are the 3 cards that you can get for absolutely free. I say for free. It's a class kit you get with your online order of $35 or more on my website. And you get enough supplies to make 2 of each of these cards using this fabulous designer series paper and also the Gone Fishing bundle, which I don't have the bundle here in front of me, but it'll definitely be in this last Sunday's video is when I put these cards together. So if you want to see how I put these cards together, just go back and watch last Sunday's video, and you can fast forward through all of the announcements. But that's a class kit, $35 or more. If your order is $50 or more, I'm going to add in a free package of the rustic metallic adhesive back dots that I used on this class kit. And you'll also use these for the second half of the month as well. So beginning on the 16th, there'll be another set of 3 cards. So that total for the month, you will have a total of 6 masculine cards that you can use. So make sure you go check out the event description for all of the details and the links on registering for anything or signing up for anything or whatever it might be. So let's go ahead and get started, because I do want to keep this video to less than 30 minutes. So I got my glue ready. We're just going to be starting with this designer series paper. And I have to apologize because I know I've used this paper before, and I hope I haven't been putting it on upside down. That's all I can say. On my other projects, I wasn't paying attention to the hooks on there, and yeah, I just wasn't paying attention. But the hooks, there is, that paper is directional, So if you have this paper, just make sure that you're putting it on with the hooks going in the right direction. This other side doesn't really matter because it's, whether the diagonals are going to be going the same way. But the other side, yeah, does matter. All right, so we're going to start out with this piece of designer series paper. We're going to flip this around. It'll be this one. And by the way, let me give you the measurements. This is a 4 by 11 piece of designer series paper. So all of these are going to be 11 inches long because I wanted there to be a good inch around the edge. And let me just make sure, maybe it's more like half an inch. It's more like half an inch, you guys. My inches and half inches are off. So let me pull this up just a little bit. But I do need it to be straight, Barbara, because everything else is going to follow after this. And I need it to be straight. So give me a moment to make sure. I guess that's straight enough. If you're a stickler for measurements, just get your ruler out, okay? All right, so we got our first piece down. And then now we're going to be using this piece of designer series paper. It's the one that has the map on it, and the flip side has these shades of blue. This one's also 11 inches long, but this piece is only 3 inches wide. And we're going to get some glue on the back of this. And we're going to butt this up to this other piece that we just put down. And I recommend using glue just because you're able to slide things into place and get things where they need to be. I will tell you right now, it is pretty hard to see on this map. You almost need like the whole sheet in order to figure out what's upside down. I think this is the right side up. I can't remember, but we're going to put it down because really, does it matter? Like, are we really going to be using this map to navigate? Probably not. It's just a background. We're not taking it that serious. It's just a background piece. All right. So also, I have this piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and this one is also 3 inches wide by 11 inches tall. And what I have done with this one, as you can see, I have taken the Twisted Rope 3D embossing folder and I embossed like the first half right here. And then because the embossing folder only goes down so far, I had to turn it around and flip it so that I could put it back in and do the other half. Now, you can probably be really, really good about the overlap, but in some cases, you might get a little piece like here where it overlaps. Don't worry about that, okay? It's not going to be noticeable after we put this on. So we're going to get some glue on the back of this one, just enough for it to stick to our Very Vanilla. By the way, the base that I'm using is Very Vanilla, and we do sell these, this color, we sell the Very Vanilla and the Basic White. We sell that in their own pack, so you can get a full package of these. Any of the other colors, you have to get the assortment packages in order to get, and then you're only going to get anywhere between 2 to 4 colors for each pack. So you just have to be mindful of that. And then I've got another strip of this designer series paper. It's 11 inches long, but this one is only 1 inch wide. And we're going to put this at the very end. And it should still leave us with a little bit of maybe like a half an inch on the edge. If it doesn't, it's not important. But if it does, great. Okay, so all of these literally just butt up to each other. So we've created this mat that has designer series paper, cardstock that's been embossed, and then another strip of this DSP just so it helps balance all of the different designs. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to mat some mats. So I got several of them. And just to speed things up, we are going to, I'm going to put these on with some seal. It's easier for me. By the way, these Mossy Meadow mats, these should be 3 1/4 square. So 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And the Very Vanilla, which I put the adhesive on the wrong side. And those of you that watch my videos know I've talked about this before. When you cut your cardstock in our paper cutter, the blade pushes the paper down in the groove. So once you get your piece out, there's a little lip that you can feel, so you know what's the back side and what's the front. And I just put my adhesive on the front. So I'm going to flip it, and it's not terribly, it's not a deal breaker for me, but when you put the smooth side on the top, it really does help give it like a finished edge. And you may not even be able to see this, probably not. So I'm not gonna fret over it, but I do need to make sure that I put these other ones on the right side. By the way, the Very Vanilla piece, that's 3 by 3. These are 3 by 3. I tend to stick with the 3 by 3s just because when you're think about this. And that's why I stuck with 3s or 4s with the designer series paper, or 1. When you get good even cuts, you get more out of your paper and you'll have less scraps. So if I was replicating this particular design, I know that each pack of designer series paper comes with 2 of these sheets. And so you're able to get, what did I say this was? 4. You're able to get about 5 layouts if you wanted to replicate the same layout. So it all depends on how you use the paper. Now, this larger one, I did not emboss the back of this. It's just an even matte. And this one is a 4 by 6. So it's 4 inches wide by 6 inches tall. And the Very Vanilla on the inside is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Now, no worries if you do not get these measurements down. And I'm going to start using the rest of my dimensionals here that are on the side. So I can start using these up, even though I still have some over here. Let's see. I probably should have made those a little bit longer, but that's okay. It'll still stick. I'll just put 3 of them on there as opposed to all on the corners. But we're going to start putting our mats on, and I probably should have not taken those off just yet. But I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. All right. So I do know that this one needs to be up a little high, and then I will gauge the other ones to make sure. Oh, I think that will work. Well, let's just go with that then. I was trying to make sure I got these a little spaced out like they're supposed to be. Hope everybody's doing great wherever you are. Thank you for watching, whether you're watching me from Facebook or YouTube. If after this demonstration you like what you see and you want to see more, if you're watching me from YouTube, don't forget you can always hover over that kitten that's holding that red subscribe button in your bottom right-hand screen, and that way you can subscribe and turn on your bell notifications so you know when I go live or I upload a video. All right, so now let's make some more big ones. I like using these up. Don't forget, for those of you that might not be familiar with our dimensionals, When you're done using the big ones, you can always snip off the corner ones, whatever's left around the edge, basically. Because they're perfectly usable. They're just not that shape, but you can still use them, and you use up all of your product. And if you didn't already know this, after this sheet is already used, this piece right here that has this waxy part, you can use that for like if you're using something with our glue or with our Stampin' Seal, you can use that kind of as our silicone mat does the same thing. But if you don't want to invest in that, just keep these little pieces, and you can get away with using these pieces as well. That's just an extra tip on how you can use those. Now, this big mat, where you're going to put down here at the bottom, kind of right here, kind of in between those. And now we have a different mat. We have this one right here, and this piece of designer series paper, this is 4x6. And as you can see, it's the plaid, and the flip side has these all these different fish, and the color is just gorgeous, you guys. It's just gorgeous. We're going to put this directly down, at least this piece of designer series paper. We're going to put this, and it doesn't matter if it's upside or down, because we're going to be showing the plaid side or the gingham side. I don't know why I want to call it plaid. Okay, so we're going to put that right there. Now this piece we are going to put up on dimensionals. So let me grab some more. Let me cut some more of these edges here. By the way, after I finish this demonstration, we will be doing the drawing for last week. And anybody that liked and commented last week's video is on that wheel. And once I take these off, I'm going to show you the prize. I'm going to give away a prize. I do give away weekly prizes. My Wednesday scrapbook videos are always going to be like a product prize. It could be anything, really. And this week, I'm giving a package of the new 2023 to 2025 in colored dots. These I used last month, and so I had some extra packages of these. These were the free with the $50 order. So I'm going to be giving away a package of those. All right, so we're going to put this on in the middle. I just had a thought there. I don't know what I was thinking. I had a different thought, and I had to look at my screen. All right, so that's popped on. I probably should have put one in the middle, but I don't know that I could stick one down in there yet. But that's okay, because it's not going to be a really big deal. But give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. I felt a cough coming on, and I didn't want to cough in the microphone. You're welcome. No. Okay, so I have that little piece of designer series paper on top of that plaid, and I do have a couple of pieces of ribbon, and let me show you what I did with the ribbon. This is the basic white herringbone ribbon. It is a white ribbon. It's 3/4 of an inch wide, so it's pretty wide ribbon. But what I did, you can make this ribbon any color you want. And I thought about doing Mossy Meadow, but I was like, no, let me do the poo-poo brown color, the baby poo-poo brown color that I call it, which is our dark wild wheat. You could make it lighter if you wanted to use the light one, but I decided to use the dark one. And this past Sunday, when I showed the cards, I showed you how to do a banner cut that you could get an even cut at the same time on both ends. And that's what I did. And but the first thing I did is I just took the blends and I colored a pretty good strip of ribbon, because honestly, when I was designing this, I wasn't sure if I was going to do a bow. And I thought, no, this is supposed to be a masculine layout. So let me try to keep it a little more simpler. So I went ahead and colored a large piece in case, but I'll be using it for next week. I'll be using this other piece for next week. And then what I did is I made my banner cuts. So what I did was, once I had this folded, I just folded it in half, and then I snipped off the edge. So let me go ahead and snip off this edge. I can show you what I did. So now I have a piece of ribbon that's been folded in half, and I folded it again in half like that. And then now I take my paper snips and I've just snipped, and now I have two equal banner cuts that are the same on both ends. If you mess up a little bit, you can just fold it back up, fold it again, and trim it again if you need to trim it to get it right. So that's what I did with our herringbone ribbon. And remember, you can use our blends on that. And then I cut it in half. So I have two pieces, and let me get some adhesive on the back of that. And we are going to slide. You could probably put this on before if it starts to catch, which mine's starting to catch. I probably should have used a oh, because there's a dimensional there. Hello, Barbara. All right. Yes, definitely don't put a dimensional on the side. On my picture, my sample picture that I did, it's just loosely placed in there, but I wasn't thinking about putting dimensionals on there. The other side might not have it, but anyway, this is going to stick out on that side. Just going to give a little pressure, and then let me get some adhesive on the back of this one, and this one's going to slide in on this other side. I say it's going to slide, but there's a dimensional there, Barbara. So I'm trying not to rip it. I just need to pick it up just a little bit. Yeah, definitely put this down before you put that piece of designer series paper down. Okay, and I want it to go back more in there. Yeah, that was a mistake. So let me see if I can squeeze it in there. My finger's getting in the way. It's part of the problem. All right, don't try this at home, people, okay? I'm a professional. Let me pick this up. Y'all know I'm joking. All right, let me see if I can get this in here, because it's supposed to peek out the other side of this piece right here. There we go. That is just going to have to be, y'all. It's going to have to be. All right, so what am I going to put on top of here? So you know how I'm always not afraid, but I always forget to use the adhesive sheets. Well, this time I remembered to use the foam adhesive sheets. I wanted to put something on here. I didn't want it to be another picture or something. So between the alphabet a la mode dies, I die cut using our foam adhesive sheets. And basically it's like a dimensional. So it'll help pick up. It's just like a dimensional, but it takes the shape of whatever you're die cutting. So what I did is I did the word dad, but I gotta finish this, and let me show you what I did. So I'm peeling it off. Where's my? I'm gonna do it on the D, but I forgot about the inside. Oops. Because the dimensional is white, I didn't want the white to show once I put it on the scrapbook. So I'm just using our blends. This is the Dark Mossy Meadow blend. It could have been any color, really. You could have used the wild wheat if you wanted to use wild wheat, but I thought that the mossy meadow will look a little bit better on this one. But what I'm doing is I'm coloring the foam itself just to give it a little shade. And the reason why is because when you look at it sideways, you see the white. Well, this is the same piece. I just colored it with the blends. So it kind of gives it a little shadow and kind of helps take away from, you know, I don't know, the white just kind of clashed with the very vanilla on here, and I just wasn't too crazy about it. So we're going to put Dad in the center, and basically, like I said, it's like a dimensional, so you just peel it off, and if there's like a little center piece that won't come out, you'll have to pull that out as well. Let me get the inside of my A, and it's sticky on the back. I will be doing, I didn't mean to color my cardstock. I did use early espresso cardstock because I wanted something dark, but I didn't want to use mossy meadow. And I think this early espresso does help bring out, let me go ahead and take the middle off. Does bring out the, okay, well, let's just do the whole thing. The whole thing's coming apart. Let me just do the whole thing while I got it. And I'm just using my blends sideways. So we're going to color just to take away the brightness of the white foam. But like I said, this is just like a dimensional, but it takes the shape of whatever you're die cutting. So when you're done, you do want to peel the dimensional off the back so that you can put this down on whatever projects you're working on. So I'm almost done. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just trying to take, like I said, we're just trying to take a little bit of this brightness off of the white foam. So you might get your fingers a little inky there. Okay, I'm gonna call that one. I'm gonna call that one good. So I can put my D on here. And of course, if you have other die cut letters that you want to use them. Use them. I'm only going to show you current products, and so that's why you're just seeing the alphabet a la mode. So those are the only current. We do have the classic letters. So hold on. We have the classic letters, but this is just a stamp. There's no dies with this, and these are large 1-inch letters, by the way. So if you wanted to stamp on here, you could stamp on some very vanilla and maybe just, you know, fussy cut if you want to do that. But we do have the classic letters, or if you wanted to do something a little smaller, we do have the Alpha Best bundle that has the coordinating little punch. That way you can punch these out and put them individual. I know I've used those in layouts before. And we are getting close to 30 minutes. So let's put our fish on. Let's put our fish on. So I'm just going to throw these. These are fish that were on the designer series paper. And I just manually cut them out. And we're going to put a couple of fish on here. If you do not, you know, want, you know, fish on your paper, you just leave this part out. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I promise. All right. So we're going to get some fish. We're going to put this one in between that mat. Any of these mats can be whatever you want them to be. Pictures. Save one for a journaling box. And then this one is going the opposite direction. That should fit in between those mats so that you still have the full 3x3 if you're going to write something or put a picture on there. And let's see. Is that it? I think that's it. No, that's not it, Barbara. Because we need to put some rustic metallic dots on there. So let's put some rustic metallic dots. These are the accessory you can get for free with that kit. So let's put some on. I'm almost done with this package. It's very rare that I actually do finish packages of my accessories. Put a big one. I don't even know if those are straight because I'm looking at it from a different angle. And I'm going to put 3 more down here, but I'm going to put some small ones because I need to use some small ones up. You can be random with these. There's no rhyme or reason with what I'm putting on here. And there you have it. I hope you can see that all. Yeah, you can see it. This is layout number 53, page number 1, using the Gone Fishing Designer Series paper. It's currently on sale, $10.62 through the end of June. Hopefully it won't run out. I know I have a couple extra packages I have on hand just in case, but I got those for the class. But you never know. So if you enjoy this paper, definitely get you a pack or 2. You can get a free class kit out of the deal, possibly even a free accessory. You just have to use that host code that is in the event description. All right, let me share my screen. Share screen. Share screen. We're going to share our wheel. I think I'm still, let me do some shuffling. Don't forget, we're going to be giving away a package of the 2023 to 2025 in color dots. There's actually another dot up back behind there you can't see, which is the pebbled path color. And good luck, everyone. Thank you again for watching, sharing, liking, and let's spin. Congratulations, Marianne Sanders. I want to say Marianne won recently, and if you notice, it was her share. So, by the way, when you do share my videos, you do get an extra entry onto the wheel. You just have to remember to come back in the comments and type shared so I can give you that extra credit. So let me stop sharing. Congratulations, Marianne. And we are at a little bit over our 30-minute mark, so I hope you enjoyed today's layout. And if you are interested in checking out what page 2 will look like, I invite you to join me next Wednesday. I will be on time next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Other than that, we will see you all Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. for my regular Sunday afternoon live. And have a great day. Make sure to check on your elderly neighbors, and we will see y'all later.